Okay, as usual, you guys know how this thing goes. I close and open cash creators fairly regularly, but this is the invite if you want to join, because I'm going to send it in the chat. Next up, we're going to cover 2 workshops in May. So today is going to be waitlist. We got 2 coming up in May. So I think the workshops, actually, I know that the workshops are going to be 2. Number 1 is we're going to cover audience respect. So how to speed up the audience, because sometimes just people disrespect you, right? How to get audience respect so people can respond to your offers more. I'll show you how to do that. And second is going to be what I call LACOS, LACOS. So the likes and cash offer swipe. So I'm going to show you all my offers for workshops, all my offers for Google Docs, and all the offers I've run since I started, with posts, with emails, and with the offer itself. I'm going to go through them so you can swipe it. So all my offers since we began the cash creator model since September. So it's going to be a fun one. But today we talk about waitlist. So I'm excited for this one. Let's roll. All right, waitlist. So this is my favorite topic. Out of all the workshops I've done, this one's the one I was most excited about. So let's talk about it. It's easier to get to where you're going and you have a map to get there. We're going to our freedom number. How much money we need to have the freedom we want, both in money and in time. Once you know your freedom number,
Ruska.
Anderson Ruska.
Once you know your freedom number, it gives you clarity because you have a goal to aim for. It gives you calm because monsters are only scary in the dark. You know exactly where you're going and you know if you're doing well or not. So you also get a black and white answer to whether you're going to get there or not. For me, my freedom number is 100K a month in profit. Now, the goal is getting there. In an ideal world, you get to that point linearly without losing any clients. The obstacle, though, is churn. People leave. And that means that the time frame can extend if you don't know what to do. So let's say you set up a 1-year time frame and you lose half your clients. That means it'll take you 2 years to get there. Not ideal, but that's what the waitlist comes in. The waitlist, which I'm going to show you how to implement today, keeps us on track because it allows us to replace all the clients we lose. So sometimes you'll get dips right here, but those are churn, right? Somebody leaves or you kick someone out. The waitlist substitutes for that so that you can still get to your freedom number linearly without having to extend the time frame. It is the insurance that makes us get to our freedom number in the time we will set for today. It is also a practical way to keep our sanity. This is also a way to say it, that you can get petty and get away with it. It is easy to get emotional when someone churns or when deciding if you should kick someone out. It's a heavily emotional process because there's money involved. However, when you have a waitlist, you don't carry that emotional baggage into a decision. It makes you objective because you can replace them. If somebody tells you no, the waitlist allows you to simply replace them with someone who will tell you yes. An example here is this dude. Hi, JK. Can you cancel my subscription? Thanks. A year ago, I would have freaked the fuck out. I would have been like, dude, why do you want to cancel? Like, what's happening? Can I help you? And I would have just spent all my energy of that day or week into this one person. Today, thanks to the waitlist, I can just say, cool. And then I'm sent a message that same day. Hey man, a spot opened up. This is to another person. Would you like to get started? And the person is like, yes, I would. And by the way, this guy pays more than the guy that left. And he bought 2K in a call. I was willing to say no. 1 out, 1 in. Net revenue loss, 0. Even though I lost someone, I didn't lose money. And I'm still on track to my freedom number. The waitlist allows you to do that, say no, without getting emotional, and also to reject less than ideal clients. In the past, I've worked with people that my gut told me not to work with because, hey, maybe they'll turn out all right. And we all have this. We all have the people who are like, you know, this guy's being a pain, but maybe he won't be a pain once he joins. 99% of the time, they are a pain. But it's hard to tell them no because we're emotionally attached to the money. The waitlist allows us to create that detachment. So today, I personally judge a book by its cover. I do this. I'm not saying you should do that, but I do this. If I can tell someone wants to join just because of my one-on-one call, or I suspect they'll churn soon, I just do not let them in. And I get someone from the waitlist. This is a real example. This guy said, all signed up, just waiting for admission to the school group. And then he said, hey man, I couldn't find a spot in your calendar until April. I just got it scheduled, looking forward to it. Any chance of having the first week refunded since it won't be another 10 days until we get started? This to me, like, it's just a red flag, right? It's like, he's gonna ask for a refund and it's gonna be horrible. So I'm just like, you know what, dude? I just refunded you and removed you because I don't think it's gonna be a good fit. It might take 7 days to arrive. It's like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. I was getting excited. Do you mind sharing why? I promise I won't make any more refund requests. No, done. Today, I don't need a red flag to kick a client. If the flag is slightly orange, they're out. It also sends a signal to the market when you have a waitlist, is that you're willing to say no. So it happened another time. Somebody was like getting too, in my opinion, too specific with the details. And he sent me this. Hey, JK, what would it take for us to work together? I'm willing to do a 12 weeks paid in full with no discount as a show of commitment. I'll also give my word that I'll make no more financial inquiries during our time together. We'll just focus on the work. If you're down, drop the link and let's make money. This is the kind of conversations you have when you have a waitlist, because it sends a signal to the market that you're willing to walk away. A lot of coaches and consultants, they hoard themselves out to get the money. They're always open. They're always willing to take somebody in. Whereas when you have a waitlist, you tell people no. And ironically, when you tell people no, what they want is yes. Who are you and why are you not taking my money? Those are kind of the reactions you get. And honestly, and hopefully that's what the reactions you're going to be able to get by the time we're done today. So the waitlist saves you in two ways. It saves you energy because you don't have to deal with bad fits and churns. And it also saves you from extending the time frame to get to your freedom number because it replaces the clients you lose or kick out. Plus, it gives you more creative ways you can sell your program because it raises your status. More on this later. Plus, it feels damn good. So if you ask me, JK, does this give you pleasure? The answer is, you're goddamn right, it gives me pleasure. I just like working with people who are not going to be a pain. And so do you. The waitlist allows you to do that. So today, we'll find your freedom number so you have something to aim for. Then we'll cover how to use the waitlist both offensively, which is preparing for churn, and defensively, which is compensating for churn. And we'll end with installing it and announcing it to the world so people buy from you faster and respect you more, so that you can get people not in the frame of, let me see if I'll join, to, hey, are there any spots left? So this is the index, freedom number, waitlist uses, and installing it. As usual, I'll send the doc at the end so you can have it. I'd also have it in the, in the school portal below. But for now, stick with me here so that you can get the most out of this. So freedom number. Step one, to get into your freedom number, because it's important that we all know what it is, it's define it. So to know how to always be on track to your freedom number, first we need to define it. It's important to know it because it will tell you how many spots to open. It also tells you when to raise prices, because right now it's kind of weird. You don't know when to raise or lower. And when done right, it makes people act faster. So right now, use the current number you have in mind or come up with one arbitrarily, even if not entirely accurate. Just the fact that it exists will help you. It's not set in stone. Hold on. Guys, can you unmute? No, actually mute yourselves. There you go. So what the number means to you is often more important than the number itself. I probably don't need more than $100,000 per month. Actually, I don't need more than that, but I really like the idea of it. So we're going to define it today. Just come up with one arbitrarily. We all kind of have that number that we've always been gunning for. What is that for you? Profit. In order to get that number, it's important that we factor in power laws. So power laws are laws of non-linearity. It means that 10% of people are willing to pay you 10 times as much. Most people that pay me from 100 to 400 bucks. But some people are willing to pay you a lot more. So the freedom number needs to factor in some kinds of people who are going to pay you little, and people who are going to, the 10% of people who are going to pay you 10 times as much. These are my top customers by spend. One relationship, one yes can mean 30K for your bank account. And this is why we need to factor these into account. This is why we have offer shells, to be able to capture that revenue at more levels. You miss out on people who want to pay you more if you don't have a really, really expensive thing they can buy from you. So it's important that you have these in place. How to set these up exactly in weekly recurring revenue. But for now, we're gonna work on these three. Your freedom number is a combination of the people who pay you at 3 different price points. It is the lower tier, which is the weekly access, the core one, the higher tier, and the highest tier. I'm not factoring one-off access and long-term access because these can be more variable. We're only going to factor these 3 because these are recurring and because it gives you stability. Now, what percentage of the freedom number are they going to be? And I'm going to show you how to calculate it. 60% of people are going to pay you for your weekly thing, for the lowest one. 10% are going to ascend. But 30% of your freedom number is often going to be the green one, the people who pay you for the most access. So your freedom number is not just one tier, it's 3 tiers of people paying you 3 different levels of money. Some people will have 2, some people will have 3, some people will have here 50% of the income. This is just what I find to be like kind of normal between our industry. 60, 10, and 30. So now that you know what the freedom number consists of, we're gonna calculate yours. And I created this really cute graph that we're gonna use today, and I'm gonna share it over. So open it, make a copy, and then come back and see what I'm sharing here on the screen. So open it, make a copy, and come back to me. Don't leave me. Okay, let me explain this. It has a few things. So freedom number goes here. Freedom, the variables you need to tweak are in brown, by the way. So also, why brown? Why did I choose brown for this workshop? Every workshop has a topic. Brown is kind of the color that represents stability. So I kind of thought it would be fitting because the waitlist is what gives you that stability, both emotionally and mathematically. All right, so your freedom number goes here, right? How much is it? Today's date, I've included this here. And then you can choose that end date of when do you want to get there. Now, green level is going to be 30% of revenue, blue is 10%, brown is 60%. And I've included the weekly pricing here. This is also something you can tweak. So let's say, actually, let's make an exercise. Can you guys type in what your freedom number is? I'm going to grab a random one, but type in what your freedom number is, and I'll take that into account. So there's 2 at 50K. We're going to go with 50. So 50. All right. How does this work? We put in 50K. That means that you need 5 people at the green level paying you $750 a week, 3 people at the blue level paying you $500 a week, and 30 people at the brown paying you $250 a week. You are 38 yeses away from the freedom number. And this is kind of the mindfuck because it tells you, I'm not that far. It's 38 yeses. You got thousands of people following you. Can you get 38 yeses? Problem. So let's say you got 1 client here, 1 client here, and you got like 5 here. This gives you your current MRR. What's your goal? How much you're missing? How many spots globally you're missing? But the important thing is this. How many per month should you open in order to get there in 1 year? So this is where you choose the end date. So let's say you want to get there in 2025. That means that if you wanted to get to your 50K level in 1 year, then you need to take 2 people here per month. This month you could close no one here and still get there. What does this allow us to do? This allows us, specifically this thing right here, this column allows us to know how many do I need to sustain, how many clients do I need to sustain this month so that in 1 year I will get what I want. When you're clear on what you want, you open up a bunch of different dynamics. Because let's say you open 2 spots today, right? And a third one wants to come in. You can tell them, I do not need you right now. I will let you know if either we open up 1 spot next month because I don't need you, or if someone drops off, because in that case, you can take their spot. See how the dynamic changes when you know exactly what you want? When you don't know what you want, it's like somebody wants to come in. How can I help you? Sure. Like you're more needy for it, even if subconsciously. But when you know exactly how many you need to open per month, it is beautiful because it changes the entire dynamic and people can't fuck with you. This is why I'm on track to hit my freedom number, even though I churn people, because I just replaced them with a waitlist. Also, when you have a waitlist, people act faster. So that's just a fun thing. When you send out the message that I have a waitlist and I have a cap in my spots, it suddenly moves you to the other end of the supply and demand curve. Before, demand used to be lower than supply. When you have a cap, you shift the dynamic. And supply becomes lower than demand, meaning you have more demand than you have supply, meaning you're the scarce resource here, not them. And that completely shifts how people look at you and when you sell. So this is just a practical thing, practical exercise that you can have to know what's your freedom number, what's the path to get there, with the power loss included, and how many do you need to open per month. So there you go. This is the start. Checkpoint here is you have your freedom number and you know how many spots you need to open every month. You could put it in 12 months, 6 months, whatever, however long of a time frame you want to get your freedom number. What do I recommend? Put it slightly longer so that you'll be more peaceful inside. Because let's say I put this for next month, then yeah, I'm probably not gonna get there, right? But if I just put it for a year, then it gets me there calmly. Okay, so now you have that. Before I go into how to install it, I'm gonna show you how to use it, because I geek out about this because this really excites me. I love using the waitlist to sell because it is a truly high status move. The best high status move is not needing the other person. So I'll show you how to use the waitlist. And to do so, you need to use the waitlist both offensively and defensively. We define offensive as a way to prepare for churn. We define defensive as a way to compensate for churn. So let me give you an example. An example of a defensive use of the waitlist is someone churns. Then you get the next person in the waitlist to replace them. That defends your revenue, right? Now, offense. An offensive use of the waitlist would be you close your program, so maybe you have nothing to offer this day, but you offer the waitlist anyway so that you can build it up so that the next time you open, you will be able to prepare for that and you will get people who are willing to join next time you open. So the waitlist is an offer. If you have nothing to offer, offer waitlist. If you don't have a workshop ready or your program is closed and you're like, I don't know what to post today, offer waitlist. It is a sure way to make sure, or it's a safe way to make sure that you have demand for when you open. You can go offensively, not just defensively. And this is where it gets really fun for me. Defensive use. I only found one, but compensating for churn. Really simple. Offer it to people on the waitlist at a time. I do 3, for example. So let's say somebody churns, I will message 3 people in my waitlist. I will wait a few days. If there's no response, I will close the loop and I will go on to the next 3. And I will go on and on and on. An example. Hey, Jack, 1 spot opened up. You're next on the list. Would you like to get started? And Jack did not respond. So what do we do with people who don't respond? We do not add value, we add consequence. Hey, Jack, the spot was taken. Closing the loop here. It's beautiful. And then I go into the next one. Hey, man, 1 spot opened up. Would you like to get started? Sure. This is what the waitlist allows you to do. If you get a no, you simply get a yes from somebody else. So this is a defensive use for waitlist, and this is why it's important for you to keep building it up with offensive uses. What if 2 or 3 comes back with I'm in bonus? That's even better, because then you can tell then you can send them the invite to all of them. The moment somebody takes it, you close the door on the other ones, and you say, "Hey man, somebody took it. Sorry, like you took too long." And next time you open, you get stuff like this. I'll show you what happens. I have that exact scenario, and I'll cover it later. So I'll show you what happened. But it's beautiful because it speeds up the audience. If you want to include speed, you increase consequence. So that was a defensive use. My favorite ones are offensive uses. This could be used in social, email, and a combination. I recommend you do a combination. So let's say you're busy, right? You're busy, so people can't give you money, but they can join the waitlist to get a head start when you're back. This is Marcel right here. Marcel is a cash creator, and he went to Thailand. And he said, I'm going to take a break from business, not going to attend any clients because, I want to go to Thailand. I'm not going to make any offers. And I said, make waitlist offers. Even if you're not going to be there, at least say, hey guys, I am busy. You cannot give me money now because I am living life. But if you'd like to, you can join the waitlist. So when I come back, you can take a spot. This creates demand for your service so that when you come back, you can hit the ground running. It is an offensive use of the waitlist. And this happened, right? Okay, I have to update a recent wins because it worked well. 21 workshop attendees, 2,100 euros, 5 out of 5 average spots with new clients, 3 paid in fulls, 3 weekly, and renewed 5 of 7 clients for 12K, 11,980 euros. Turns out vacations can be good for business if you use the waitlist offensively. Also, side note, let's say your program isn't selling well. The best move, in my opinion, there is to close it and offer waitlist instead. So that you raise the status, you take things away, and next time you open, you will get more people in. So the waitlist serves kind of as a buffer. It serves like as a joker card. When you're full or when you're closed, I call this the married girl strategy. Why? Because you guys know how, there's a cute girl on Instagram, and then one day, like, she just posts an engagement ring, and then all dudes get depression because now she's married. And now, they didn't pay attention to her, but suddenly she's extremely attractive. So next time maybe she breaks up or divorces, they're gonna be like, yo, what you doing? Right? We want that. When you take things away, people move. This is why I always have a cap and I always have a deadline. A cap because when I fill my spots, or if I fill my spots, I can say, hey guys, married girl here, engagement ring. And I have a deadline because I can do the same thing. Even if I don't fill the spots, I can still say, hey guys, it's closed. You can't get it anymore. Engagement ring, right? Announce when any of those two are met so that people know that things go away in your world. This helps audience respect and increases lead speed. For example, I filled up the cash creator spots and I sent out this email. All right, I gave you the wrong link. There you go. So I send out a common email, right? So this guy actually got this result. This is how he did it. More on this in Value versus Insight, by the way. PS, Cash Creators is closed because I'm well on track to hit my freedom number, aka I do not need you. That means the opening, the next opening will be the last opening before I raise the price in April. So you don't miss a spot, I can add you to the waitlist. Waitlist members get notified 24 hours before we open doors, so you can take a spot before someone else does. Reply waitlist and I'll add you plus send you details at the lowest price. See how much higher status this is? Then join my program, book a call so we can create a free strategy session. The dynamic completely shifts because you're now the scarce resource, not them. That's what the waitlist allows you to do. Another offensive use is when ghosted. This is also quite helpful. A lot of people get ghosted when they send out the Google Doc. me included. Sometimes leads don't need more value to act. In that case, you can offer the waitlist as an offensive tool so that you would add consequences so that they will act. This is an example. Thanks a lot for the reply and insight. That's exactly what I was looking to hear. I'm ready to lock in and thought it out. How can I join? And I said, awesome, join here. He basically said, I'm in. But of course, the part of the brain that makes decisions is not the part of the brain that follows through on those decisions. So he didn't respond. And I don't like that. So, hey man, unfortunately we're closed now. Would you like to be added to the wait list? I notify Willie's members a few days before we open so you can join before someone takes your spot again. Let me know. Hey, I really apologize. I've been traveling and it's been chaos here. That's a bummer. Could you add me to the wait list? And then he said, can I pay monthly? AKA 4 times the fee. Of course you can pay monthly, bro. No problem, right? This is what happens. Somebody goes to you, offer the wait list. So that way they know, oh, I didn't respond, so something happened. Next time, maybe I should respond. Also, a good use of the waitlist is when you're being stalled. And we got like 2 or like a few more offensive uses, but I don't know. I just geek on this. I love this so much. When someone stalls, I'll tell you later, follow up next month. I'm still thinking about it. I'm evaluating my options. When someone stalls, you can flip the frame from you following up to them applying to you. So this is an example from C. Thanks for sending it over. I don't have the bandwidth to take on something like that right now. Thank you for the offer, though. Once I'm done with my current engagement, I'll get back to you. That's what he said. And then he asked me, like, how often do you open? I'm like, every month. When does that arrangement end? And he's like, I've got another 4 months with him. Okay, so what would most people do here? I've got another 4 months with him. Or what would I have done a year ago? I would have said, you know what? Is it okay if I follow up in 4 months so we can see if you're in a better spot? And it's like low status shit. What do I do now? I know that people respond to status, not value. So I go with cool. In that case, want to be added to the waitlist, to the March waitlist? So that waitlist members get notified before. So maybe you can take a spot when I'm ready for you, not when you're ready for me. Can you add me to April? Sure thing. See how the frame flips? If you're not seeing this, rewatch this shit. This is I love doing this. It's one of my favorite moves. Okay. So when you're being stalled, you flip the frame with a waitlist. Another offensive use. I think there's 3 more? Yeah, there's 3 more. So the announcement, showing that you're willing to close doors at some point, raises your status and makes them more likely to work with you because it flips the supply and demand dynamic. So this is a post I made. Why I decided to limit how much money I make. And I tell people, where's this? Yeah, I'm only going to open this many spots, and this adds to 100K a month profit. I only need 137 people. I've found 68 ago. And by the way, the math is wrong. Like I fucked up the math somewhere. But anyway, this is wrong. Still, people replied. And they said, okay, I'm interested. It moved people through the funnel because I let people know I will go away at some point. Another example is this. I'm more than 25% of the way there, and I want to prove that I can build a business without a big team. That's why I'm raising prices in April, because I'm getting closer to my freedom number. And you don't have to call it a freedom number. You could call it maybe your capacity so that you can help people, right? And still not burn out. This whole thing is about making your boundaries public. When you make your boundaries public, the waitlist allows you to be used as a weapon. You can use the waitlist as a weapon. So making posts announcing your cap is not the worst idea. Another one is red velveting your stuff. Implied scarcity and urgency. Because you only work with a limited amount of people, there's implied scarcity and urgency in your messaging. You can use this to sell. So for example, When I hit 40% of my freedom number, I made a huge deal about it. Guys, I'm 40% of the way there and I'm crushing it. This is why I'm going to raise the prices. And this got awesome responses because it let people know if I don't take action today, tomorrow, JK might not be there. So every time you hit a certain milestone, 25, 50, 40, 75, when you make it a big announcement, it speeds leads up. When you're full, you can also use it. Hey, by the way, I won't be opening today because I'm actually way ahead of my freedom number math, so I don't need you. Would you like to be added to the waitlist so that maybe later, when I'm ready for you, you can join? Reply May and I'll add you to the details of the May waitlist. High status selling. Let's say you hit 25, 50%, or 75% of your capacity. You let people know, hey, I'm 25% of the way there, I'm raising prices. I'm 50% of the way there, I'm raising prices. 75%, I'm raising prices. And you keep going like that. And what if you're behind in your number? That's a good question. You don't talk about it. So maybe you just take more people in, or maybe you aim too high for the number. But you don't need to use this if you're behind in your number. Like you can use other ways to sell. Like I'm only taking 7 people this month, or I'm closing on Monday. This is just if you're on track. And I recommend you go conservative here so that you're constantly on track. And you can raise the price at an arbitrary number of spots. I give you the wrong link again. So for example, here, yeah, this cash creators intake is full. I'll notify waitlist members when a spot opens up. Do you want to be added? Again, status, status, status. If you don't have an offer to sell, if you don't have anything to sell today, sell the waitlist. And the last offensive use of the waitlist, I think, yes, is to train waitlist members to respond. Once somebody's in the waitlist, it doesn't guarantee they will move fast. It has a higher likelihood that they'll move fast, but it doesn't guarantee it. So when a spot opens up, message a few people at a time and then close the doors on people who didn't move. This is what you meant, Nick. So cool, I'm in. I read this and you can let me know when we start. Cool, I'll let you know. Hey, a spot opened up for cash creators. Do you want to get started? Hey, are you in? Hey, we open doors tomorrow and maybe you won't be able to get it. Are you in? Hey, we're full. Goodbye. And then it's like, oh, I'm sorry, Jackie. Like I was waiting to join in April, but I couldn't join, right? So what you do is you let people in the waitlist know. And when somebody fills up the spot you're missing to get to your freedom number, you close the door on them. So the next time this happens, hey, a spot opened up. Would you like to get started? Hour and 20 minutes later? Yes. You would be amazed at how fast people move when you're willing to say no. When you are the one that's willing to say no, not them. So before we go on installing it, let's go to the, where is this? To the index. We covered your freedom number, your defensive use for churn, waitlist, all the offensive uses you can do to waitlist so that you will both prepare. No, this is compensate for churn, and this is preparing for churn. Both are important. So for me, it's when I'm full, I go offensive uses. And when somebody churns, I go defensive uses. By the way, if your program isn't selling well, sell waitlist instead for a while so that people will get used to, oh, maybe I should move. But how do you actually install it? Right? This takes 15 minutes. It's super easy. I'm going to show you how to automate this too. So we don't use a CRM. I just use Gmail labels. So it's 5 here. Follow up. Waitlist. CC is cash creators, by the way. Clients. Hot waitlist. And I'm in. These are the 5 I use. So let's define each. And by the way, for socials, we use a notes app because it's really that simple. More on this later. But for now, understand the labels. Follow-up is somebody asked for a doc or details. Because most people are just not going to respond the first time you send a doc, honestly. But you got to follow up. I'm in is people who have agreed to pay but haven't. Waitlists are people who explicitly requested to be added to the waitlist. Hot waitlist is people who are on the waitlist and agreed to pay. And clients paid. Right? Now, we sell differently to these tags, labels, depending of if we're open or closed. This means that we need to know when to open and when to close ethically and in a specific order. So when do you open and when do you close? Cash creators is actually never fully closed or open. I close for some people and open for others. So if we're open, everyone can join. If we're closed, only people I send invites to or people in the season sequence, also known as my automated sequence. I just gave it a name. I call it seasons because it's like 4 seasons, you know. This is the automated sequence. Only people who I send invites to or people in the season sequence or automated can join. And if I'm running a workshop, I only open spots for workshop customers. So I'm never completely open or completely closed. It's just that I open and close the doors for some people. Why? Because I found that new people in the automation sequence, and workshop customers make the best clients. So I would rather close the doors on the regulars so that they will respond faster when we open and take these people in because they are just better. They just met me. Actually, like an hour ago, somebody joined Cash Creators. He joined the list today and he bought Cash Creators today. And most of your best clients are, at least my best clients, are workshop customers first. So how does it look in the calendar, like specifically? On week 1, I promote my core offer, my Google Doc, open to everyone. On week 2 and 3, I promote workshops. In that case, I'm open to workshop customers and new people. And then in week 4, I'm open to everyone again. This allows me to speed up the okay prospects and convert the better prospects, also known as the regulars. And converting the better prospects are automated sequence and workshop customers. Now, it's important that you use the right wording so that you stay ethical. This is what tripped me up in the beginning. I didn't know how to use this, but now I get it. I don't say we're closed. I don't say we're full, right? I say this intake is full. I'm saying your invite expired. And I say I'm closing your file. Sometimes I will close to everyone. In that case, I do say, hey guys, we are completely closed. But in that case, you can say, if you're not, you can say this intake is full. Your invite expired. I'm closing your file. Be careful with the way you use the wording so that you can stay ethical. Don't say we're open to everyone. Well, no, because if your best friend, or we're close to everyone. What if your best friend is like, dude, can I join and can I pay? You're not gonna be a dick to them, right? But you also gotta stay ethical. So you gotta know how to word it. And now how to get sales from it. Now, to get sales from the waitlist, it's important that you keep the status high. We won't sell them on our stuff because that's chasing. We're simply reminding them of the consequences of not taking action because that's attracting. Again, leads often don't need more value to act. They need more consequences. So here's an example from Nick. Yes, I am serious. This is probably after Nick said, hey, dude, are you in or not? Because like I got a wait list, I'm busy here. It's like, sure, I paid. This happens because he sold with high status, right? We need workshop, high status cash creator. Next workshop is actually audience respect. So that's part of it, the high status creator. That could be good too. High status is better, right? High status then. Anyway, selling with high status. There's 5 places somebody could be in at any time. either in the season sequence or in the automated sequence. So they just join my world. They could be a regular. Also, they finish the automated sequence or I close the file on them. So most people are here. Waitlist, they asked to be on the waitlist, or hot waitlist. They asked to be on the waitlist and agreed to pay. And the fifth place is a client. To get them to become a client, the follow-ups I'm going to give you are not about selling by chat. We're not selling by chat. We're simply conveying information. Hey, dude, this is closing today. Are you in? Hey, we're full. Do you want waitlist? Hey, half the spots are gone. Are you passing on this? No sales skills required, which is why if you train someone to do this, it can be automated. It could also be done when you're half asleep in a cafe shop and you want to do this on your own. It takes like 10 minutes a day. So let me show you how to do this. How do you move people on the waitlist to become clients? So I've included here for the 4 places somebody could be in: waitlist, hot waitlist, a regular opening, and the automated sequence. Where they are, the way I do it, I sell differently. So let's go over each. Let's say somebody requested to be added. I go here, have a read and let me know if you're in because I'm only opening this many spots. Cool, JK. Now, if somebody requests access to the waitlist, I still send them the invite. If they respond, sure, I'm in, I go, cool, I'll send you the payment link a few days before the rest. Now, if they don't say anything, I don't follow up. I'm just done. Okay, you're on the waitlist. Cool. Now, the day you start sending early invites, because what I like to do is I like to open at a certain date, but I start sending early invites 3 to 7 days before that. So when that time comes, you go with, if they said they're in, you say, okay, man, we're opening this day of the week. Get your early spot here. Book a call. Let's go. If they haven't said they're in, hey, we're opening up X spots on that day of the week. Here's your early invite so you can take a spot before everyone else. Are you in or you have any questions? Then I follow up. Hey, we close in X days and I don't want you to miss out. I add a reason why. So maybe for this intake, I'm including one-on-one call. We're closing doors in 3 days. I'm still waiting for a few people, but if you get back to me before, you can take their spot. Are you in? I'm just simply conveying information. Now, the day we close, because I am a fan of always having a cap and a deadline, hey, we close doors today. Are you in or do you have any questions before jumping in? If spots are full, married girl strategy. Goodbye. Do you want waitlist? And if no response, hey, name, I'm closing your file because I didn't hear back from you. This is if they're in the waitlist. This is how you sell them there. So you send the invite and you just simply remind them 2 days after the day you close and the day you're full, hey, by the way, we're closing. No sales by chat required. And this is why you can use a VA for this. Okay, let's say somebody was in the hot waitlist and somebody churns. You can go, hey, a spot opened up for cash creators. You're next in line. Are you in? If they don't respond, hey man, the spot was taken. Closing the loop here. Closing their file, you mean that for workshop and not forever. Is that right? Closing the file simply means that you're not going to follow up anymore. It also sounds very heavy. So I like it. So that's a hot waitlist and waitlist. I'm going to give you this templates, by the way. Now, regular opening. Like normal, you open up however many spots and you're closing on a certain date. Here, have a read and let me know if you're in, because there's only X spots and we're closing on day of the week. Cool, JK. If they say I'm in, great, pay. If they don't respond, aka most people, hey, we close the next days and I don't want you to miss out. For this group, I've included a one-on-one call where I'll personally build your offer and get you clear on how to get your next free client with it. Are you in? AKA a reason why. If they don't join, they lose on this. Again, I'm just conveying information. The day we close, hey, we close today, you in or not? This is the one that gets the most responses for me. And when spots are full, Merritt-Gill strategy. And if they don't respond, you guessed it, you close the file. You can automate all of this. And the last one is if they're in the CSUM sequence. I'm going to give you all these templates so that if you're like, wait, what did you say here or there? It's okay. Everything's recorded here. So somebody asked for details in the automated sequence you have, which mine, I'm going to give it to you. It's 14 days long. Here, have a read and let me know if you're in because reason why. I'm only opening 10 spots. I only got 3 spots this intake. I've included this one-on-one call for the, if you join, right? Cool. Then you follow up, again, conveying information. If they say I'm in, boom. And if they don't respond, it's okay because the automated sequence closes the file for you. So I do send out an email saying, hey, we're full, which is inside the automated sequence that I gave you here. Why is it called season sequence? Because it's kind of in seasons. So first it's spring because you open up. Then it's summer because there's a rush. Then it's fall because you're closing down. And then it's winter because it's closing, you promote the waitlist. So it's like seasons. And it's 15 emails for that. Now, the only thing that changes on following this up, the only one nuance that you might need with when you automate this is changing the reason why. Because sometimes I just change it. Sometimes spots are halfway gone. Sometimes you could say we close tomorrow. Sometimes I say I'm raising the price in summer. So everyday Christian, my VA, he asks me, dude, what's today's reason why? And I go on and maybe I open up 5 spots. If I have 2 spots taken, I can say the reason why is spots are almost halfway gone. If I have 3 spots taken, I can say spots are more than halfway gone. If I have 4 spots taken, I can say there's only 1 spot left. Right? So you can always change the reason why. This is how you red velvet this stuff. So if you have someone who understands reason whys so that he can include it here on the follow-ups, and he sends the automated messages with it, the follow-ups with it, you have a semi-automated waitlist because you're not selling by chat. You're simply reminding them at exact dates, do you want in or not, with a specific reason why. So checkpoint, you now have your waitlist with Gmail's 5 labels and a daily follow-up routine or a VA that does this for you, right? So you can set up a reminder. This takes 10 minutes because it really is this simple. Just send this stuff on a specific date. And that's it. So this is a shorter one, but what did we cover today? We covered your freedom number and how you can get to a point where you don't need clients or they need you more than they need them, more than you need them. Defensive and offensive uses for waitlist, installing it and automating it so that you can start selling with higher status. And the last thing is define your freedom number if you want to, and if you want to, announce it. I recommend you would define it, but you don't need to announce it if you don't want to. But I like it because it adds a little, a little pep in your step. Install your waitlist with the 5 labels and a reminder for daily follow-ups, or automate this with a VA. And then weaponize your waitlist offensively and defensively so that you will always be on track to hit your freedom number in the time frame you set for yourself. If you're on track or ahead of your freedom number, great, that's done. If you're not, or if you are behind, then you can use other ways to sell, which I've given you in the waitlist, in the workshop funnel, in Valid versus Inside, in Well-Bait, all those stuff. This one is for the waitlist specifically. So let's reach your freedom number, friends, and let's replace people who say no. Let's go on with some questions. Hold on. I'm gonna before people unmute themselves, I'm gonna answer these. Do you offer to get them back on the waitlist if they haven't responded? No, no. And also, if somebody was on the waitlist and then they come back to you, and like you close a file, right? And then they come back to you, I like to ask what changed. Because then they tell you, hey, wasn't in a good position to be there last time, but this time, and they sell themselves to you. So no, but if they come back, I ask them what changed. But what's the difference between the rainbow campaign and season sequence? I didn't like how rainbow campaign sounded, so I changed it to season sequence. Just being real. When you automate, is this actual automation via your email service provider? Is it, or how is it automated? It's not automated. It's a VA that does this for me. Actually, he's here. If you have questions for him, you can ask him too. But it's just about get there every day. Who do you need to follow up today? Quite simple. JK, can you show how you deal with waitlist prospects that fail to take your offer but provide reasons? First month, not this month because too busy but interested. Second month, not this month because I'm away but interested. Third month, do you let these stay in your waitlist or take them off after the list, after some time? So if the guy keeps, I know what you're talking about, the guy that keeps hopping in and off and he's like wishy-washy, I would ask him in a separate time frame. I want to say this in proper English, but try to say this in proper English when you can. So to the waitlist of what month do you want to be added to? So I don't know, June. So you can follow up in June. And if he doesn't respond in June, just close the door, dude. Like this whole thing is about saving energy. You don't need to entertain them anymore. So that's it. And if people don't respond after 2 waitlist cycles, so they joined on the first waitlist and they didn't respond, okay, maybe I'll let them in. Next time I close the doors, like I close their file. I keep my waitlist really short. I don't want to keep having people that are like not going to move there, and I'd rather remove them. Cool. So yeah, we got around 30 minutes. If you guys have questions, you know how it goes at Lex and Cash. We just unmute ourselves and talk. So let's roll.
Quick question. So you just said you keep your wait list short. Do you also, or what's the number that you keep it at? Is it 10, like your workshop? I think numbers.
Well, let's say right now I'm at 49, but
Okay.
if they don't respond, like if 49 people don't respond in 3-4 days, it's gonna be 0.
Oh, you actually take them off, all of them?
Yeah, I take them off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In your experience, since you have that number and you've been doing this for some time, kind of what's the average then? And I'm trying to work backwards, that because I thought maybe you always get people who respond. So do you find it advisable to get at least maybe a certain number of times people on the wait list of how many you're going to cut off for the actual workshop? Let's say if it's 10, you said 49, I'm going to say maybe 50, that you do about 5 times the number you want, because again of that possibility of some people or people not maybe responding. And so when you have a bigger number, that you may get more that may respond, at least a few at least.
The number doesn't matter because you can't control it.
Mm-hmm.
It is the existence of the waitlist that matters. Often
Okay.
just because you tempt it, it makes people move faster just because it exists.
Got it.
So I
So
don't
you
keep
on
track of
average,
how many people join or leave the waitlist because
okay.
it doesn't serve as much as me promoting it offensively often and using it defensively when I need to.
Okay. But on average, how many respond to you? Or does it always work for every cycle you have? Since it seems from what you're saying that if people don't respond, you go to the next and someone will sign up anyway. What's the average?
Of what?
What's the average number of the people who usually will respond to sign up from the wait list in particular?
On the hot waitlist,
Mm-hmm.
it's maybe 75%.
Okay.
It's quite
got
good
it.
because they already agreed to pay. On
Mhm.
the regular waitlist, Christian, what would you say? Christian has a better eye than me on this, but it's not that big.
Okay. So essentially, it always at least works.
Yeah, for the
each-
normal wait list, Christian.
Okay, got it.
Like 8 to 12%. Yeah, there you go. People don't move that fast, but I get more clients because it's there.
Right.
It just
Okay.
exists. The
Mhm.
importance is tempting it.
Right. Okay.
And 49 in your hot wait list? No, I got like 5 people in my hot wait list.
Got it. Thanks.
Hola, amigo.
Hola, hola.
So I have a couple of questions. How to create a waitlist if you have not enough traffic? I mean, it's hard, I guess, for people who don't have a lot of traffic, a lot of followers, to make the waitlist. And so it's kind of, I guess, hard to make this defensive and offensive tactics and use
Yeah.
them.
If you have people who told you no, all of them could be waitlist people. So we
Just
all
to-
have
just,
people who
just
have
offer
told us
them,
no.
just offer them, like, maybe you want to join the waitlist for the next month.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
It's just about the existence of it. The number of people there doesn't matter. It's just that you don't let those leads leak.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, got it. So next question is how to advertise a product if, for example, I don't have common cases and results. I mean, in your case, you have results that you made before and right now, and whole promo campaign of cash creators based on the results. And I guess it's hard to promote your offer if you don't have results. So what's your take on this?
In that case, I would get people moving by seeing how I work. So maybe you don't promote the offer with results, but you promote it with competence. So it would be about getting people inside a workshop, a smaller ticket thing with a believable promise so that they can see you work your magic live.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that is the
Okay.
fastest way.
Okay, gotcha. Couple of questions more.
We're good.
How do you keep track of who responded and who didn't in a situation where you send a message after 2 days? You told that 2 business days later you follow up, but how do you track that? And you've told that you will show how you keep these guys in socials, like Notes app or something.
Yeah, so because there are not that many, I don't need to build a rocket ship when a bike will do. So I just check. Okay, so if I need to follow up 2 days after, I check when did I respond to this guy? Yesterday. Okay, tomorrow. And then that day, oh, okay, there you go. It's really
It's
not,
always
it's
always
it's
more
simple.
easier. Yes. Yeah, okay.
It's not elegant at all. But
Okay.
because you just don't have that many people, we don't need to build a rocket ship when a bike will do.
What about social follow-ups and keep track on socials? Like if we have conversation like in other platforms.
Notes app, man. Like April 22nd, message this person. And then
I got you.
but like realistically, you're gonna have like 2 or 3 people. It's not that many.
Yeah, probably. I got you. Okay, and the last one. It's just about my case. Followers and views sells better, but this is difficult to implement and to deliver the results because we have algorithm and you can't. You don't know when content will blow up, but it sells easier because people want fame, people want views, people want followers, and money sells worse in my case since I'm content marketer and people know me how content marketer, and but results are easier to give. So my question is combine it or choose one and focus on one, which, but I don't know on which one. It's
Combine it.
about offer.
Combine it, but do it in a slick way. Often the best workshops that I have are the ones that I didn't want to run because I thought this shit's too basic. Like they don't need this. They don't need well bait. They know how to do well. They need offers, right? but people wanted that. And those are the ones that converted the best for me. The trick is in how you word it. The trick is in how you get them what they want and what they need plugged in. So here's how I would frame it. You combine them, but if you just help them with the virality, which is the main promise, you say, hey, like views.
Yeah.
If you just do that, then I have maybe the belief that people are going to churn a lot because they're going to realize I'm paying this guy and I'm not even going viral. Fuck this, right?
Mm.
So what I think is a good move for you is to combine it. So you tell them phase 1 or 2 is to get you clients so you can have money and be stable. And with that stability, it will allow you to then go viral and have the whole views. So you combine them, but you tell them first you make your money because you said it's easier to get them results. You get them that baseline so that they can be okay with it. And then you can focus on more unpredictable games like virality. So you still give them what they want, but you give them the money first so they won't freak out.
Yeah, because I had one guy who told me that if my offer would be about content and about followers and views, he would probably join. But just because my offer was about money, he has money. Right now, he want to go bigger, wider, and he need followers. He need more broader audience and help with that. So that's why I asked you.
What do you think you should do?
I guess to combine it, yeah, but to focus on the money, because the people who think about views and followers, it's a pain in the ass, honestly, because you can't control this. Because if we work with money, we have one instrument, second instrument, we can try this, we have control. But when we do content, yeah, we have some control, but on the other side, there is an algorithm. And it will decide how many people will see your content. So you can't control it. You can stimulate it with some tricks and hacks, but oftentimes when I spoke with other guys who make content, everybody tell me the same thing. When I made some piece of content and I think it will go viral, it's crazy, I like it, nothing happens. When everybody thinks, everybody has 30,000 followers, 100 followers. When they think this is shit, but I should post it just because I've made it, it works. How you can control this?
You can't. But you have the same conversation you and I just had. This was great. You tell them the game is unpredictable, but wouldn't you agree that it's easier to play in an unpredictable game when you have money in the bank? Yes. So this is why phase 1 is getting you money so you can play games.
Nice. That's why
So you want to gamble, motherfucker? Do it. But at least have some money before you do it.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha. This is what I will text them to everybody.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. You want to gamble? Sure. But let's get you some money first. You know? I just sent the duck, by the way, on the chat. Sorry, I didn't send it, but there you go.
I have a question too. You want to go to live?
You're good. Go ahead.
Okay, cool. Will it make sense to sell the waitlist on, for example, like the about page on school for your community? Or will it make sense to sell it instead of the newsletter or a combination of the newsletter? What do you think?
What do you mean? Sorry.
Because like the waitlist is inside once they're already inside the newsletter, right? Will it make sense to have it as kind of like an offer? Like, here, join my waitlist if you want to from socials or whatever. Or perhaps from the land.
In my opinion, it would be a better idea to get them inside your list. You sell them the main offer. And if that doesn't sell, you sell the waitlist.
Right.
The reason why, it's because there are people like most, again, my best clients are people who bought a workshop or people who just joined my world. So I would rather show them my offer early. And if they didn't act on it, then I become a dick. And I go with, hey, we're closed.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. Okay.
Like I'm
So
a
it's
good guy until I'm not. And that's kind of the frame I think is best.
Yeah, so rather get a response first, and then you can navigate the wait.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Thanks.
Pleasure. You know, this workshop didn't sell as well, man. I got 9 people in, but damn, I was excited about this. I've been thinking about this for weeks. I'm like, I really want to run this one.
Yeah, I felt the energy. It was good. It was really
It was
good.
fun. It was fun, man. I like this stuff. It's like next up is gonna be either status selling. I don't know how to call it. Status selling or audience respect. Maybe status selling.
That is good. But I will install this for sure. It's powerful. I think it's even powerful for someone beginning as well, just like starting out. Because
Yeah, just the fact that it exists.
Yeah, and it puts you like up there immediately.
Yeah, it's also like, dude, this guy has this many followers and he has a wait list. What does he know that I don't?
Yeah.
Right? It's like the, you know, the 15-year-old kid at jiu-jitsu that fucked me up. I'm like, what's up with this guy? It creates an aura of mysticism around you, which helps sales a lot. It's really good for business when people cannot put you in a box. Another reason why I say don't call yourself a coach or a consultant, don't call yourself a program. Because when people can't put you in a box, it bothers them, but it also makes them lean in.
So will it make sense to offer the waitlist for someone who said no to your offer? Of course. Like, let's say a time has passed and like, hey, we're closed, but if you want to join the waitlist, here it is. Will that make sense? Or
I would instead do a workshop for them.
Yeah.
Personally, because maybe they said no because they like workshop sells better than waitlist, just right off the bat. So might as well just get them in a lower ticket thing, in my opinion.
right.
So JK, is that after you found out why they said no?
Yeah, if they said no because it's the wrong timing,
Oh, okay.
waitlist. If they just said no because you don't know why, you could go and pry a little bit to see why, or you could offer a workshop. Both work.
Hey, JK, I got a quick question.
Yep.
So I know you don't talk about not calling it a program. What do you refer to cash creators as? If somebody asks, hey, what's cash creators or something like that?
They don't, but I just call it join cash creators or become a cash creator. It is because what's your thing again, Cole? I know the promise is 200K, but what's the thing?
Wealth accelerators.
Yeah, so you can become a wealth accelerator. So you give the person an identity. So if
It's
they
like
ask you what it is, then you can say it is a place where we take you to 200K.
Excellent.
Yeah, but giving it an identity is quite powerful.
Got it.
That's
Thanks.
like level 2 marketing. So level 1, in my opinion, is like promises. Level 2 is identity. I've had people join cash creators, and when I ask them, why did you join? They tell me, because I want to be a cash creator. I invented that shit, dude. It's not real, right? But you give it a real meaning. So you could just call it an identity, become a wealth accelerator, or just join Wealth Accelerator, where we will X, Y, and Z.
Great, thanks.
Also, bro, thank you last time for the workshop. Like, I watched the recording when I took my pee break. You're a real one.
No problem, bro.
Thank you.
Hey, JK.
Hey,
Oh.
what's up? Mike?
Was it me or someone else? Hey, what's up? Two quick questions for you. So, with the waitlist, when somebody replies with whatever your, reply this to be added to the waitlist, are you sending anything back to them to like confirm or try and do anything else, or just letting it be until you're ready
Yeah.
to sell
Good
to them?
question. If somebody says, you're asking if somebody replies, hey, add me to the wait list.
Yeah. Yep.
I send this. I send them the invite anyway. It's the same message, whereas I'm on the wait list or not, whereas I'm open or not. However, if they say they're in, I hit them with the, okay, I'll let you know later.
Oh, okay, so you're basically, they say, all right, add me to the wait list. You say, all right, here's the, offer. Let me know if you're in or not. And then you only will let them in once kind of you're reopening spots, but you're confirming, I guess, making them a hot lead if they say, they want in.
Yeah, I'm speeding them up because leads don't fall,
Gotcha.
they don't fall in love with us, they fall out of love with us. So might as well just get them drooling now so that they can, it's just higher likelihood if you just send it right off the bat.
Yeah, exactly. That was kind of my question, because I feel like if you let them just wait without anything for a month, then they're probably going to forget about you. So
They don't,
yeah,
bro.
appreciate that.
That's the interesting thing. Let me show you right now. So Scott, this one right here, I'm in April 2nd. Cool, I'll send you a payment link when a spot opens up. Now I fucking forgot about Scott. So, so hey man, a spot opened up. Are you ready to get started? 20 days later? Yeah, great. Responded in what? 6 minutes? What?
Yeah, that's
Quick.
good. Yeah, I'm saying if you don't even send them the offer, they just say, all right, add me to the wait list, then you don't even follow up with them.
And then they forget.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, yeah, I understand that. And then as far as the sequence goes, how do you deal with people kind of going through the sequence and then dropping into the main list? Because if you're kind of opening and closing within the sequence, and then they get dropped into your main list, and it's like almost could be a conflicting message based on when they come in and out, right?
Yeah, that's right. And I find that even if it is a conflicting message, it's been 7 months, nobody has noticed. Like they just don't care. So it's more like a conflicting message for us. So they get on the automated sequence and then they go into the regulars, email broadcasting. Doesn't change much. Like I'm still making daily offers. It's okay.
Right. I didn't have too close of a look at the sequence, but if it ends with, all right, I'm closing, and then they get dropped into the main sequence, and then, the next day you're like, we got 2 spots left. I feel like, could be weird, but again, I agree. A lot of times people don't even care.
They don't check.
Yeah.
I mean, and the invite I'm closing is again, not global, but I'm closing their invites. So then they join the automated sequence and they're like, oh, they see 2 more spots open. To me, it's okay.
Right.
Because they didn't act anyway. So most people are just not going to give you money. So I don't find it worth it to go in and make sure everything's like exactly mathematically correct.
Yeah, exactly. But they're exempt from like the main broadcast until they're out of the sequence though, right?
No, when they're in the automated, and this is my bad, but I send them, and then they get 2 emails a day, man.
All right. I mean, I like it. It's more simple.
Somebody here said something like, it's amazing how much more we analyze our business over everyone else. Most aren't keeping tabs. They're not.
Yeah, I
They
agree.
just
I didn't
don't
even know you
care.
did an automated sequence, but
Yeah, there you go.
I didn't know how in depth you went with
Bro,
it.
like you guys are clients, you're still getting my emails selling you cash creators, right?
Yeah, I mean that's fine. That
Like it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter.
yeah, I didn't know if that would play into them like kind of not respecting your opening and closing, if they're seeing conflicting messages, but I can see the other side that they're probably not even like keeping tabs like that.
Well, you could change it, make it different from me, and not message the people who are in the automated sequence. But I can't bother myself to do it, man.
No, that's kind of the mindset I like to take, but I wanted to confirm what you were doing. Appreciate it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing about being a cash creator is we don't want to be rich and famous. We just want to be rich. So, like, if we're a big deal, we're Andrew Tate, then yeah, probably want to keep everything perfect. But dude, I'm recording this on my webcam, It's like doesn't matter.
Appreciate it. Thank you, man.
Pleasure.
Hi, JK.
Hey, Favor.
Question. So, if they said if you send out the initial message and they say like not right now, should we still ask them if they want to be added to the waitlist, although they haven't like learned what's in the offer?
Yeah, I would do it. So not right now. In that case, that I would classify that as stalling. So I would go, let's say they said it to you today. Would you like to be added to the June waitlist? I only have this many spots. And that way, maybe in June, you can take a spot when it's available.
Okay, perfect. And then do I still send them the offer or just add them to the waitlist?
Both. Being added to the waitlist means you send them the offer.
Oh,
So
okay.
add it to the waitlist, and then you say, here, have a read and let me know if you're in, because I only opened 6 spots in June.
Okay, got it. And so when I was asking people if they wanted to join the waitlist, like prior to this workshop, I was asking them for like a good phone number and email address. So I sent that message, and then some people, they said, yes, I want to be in the waitlist. When I asked for the information, no response. So what would you do in that circumstance?
Write it in a notes app. Would you like to be added to the waitlist? Sure. And then you send them the invite. Sure, Favor. Have a read and let me know if you're in X, Y, and Z. And then I would write it in a notes app. Favor, waitlist. Follow it up, April 22nd.
Oh, so getting their like email address and phone number is like not necessary. So
No,
just
you
because
can
they
just
said
text them.
yes. Oh, okay, got it. Got it. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Hey, JK.
What's up?
Thanks for the workshop, by the way. It was amazing. Like many people said. Me, I had a question. This one is like maybe a step back before the wait list, and also something you've covered like many times. It was just direction or what should be done right now. So I would like to. I've been focused on the video of my course, and I'm ready to get dialed in basically on the group coaching. I haven't pushed it again. I have 7 clients. I haven't really marketed anything. Now, if I want to flip the switch on everything and really like double down, on the whole program, what would be like the most immediate steps you would recommend me basically to do? Or is it like the rainbow campaign or season campaign? Is it something else? I just want to know, like, you should be tackling this, and that, and then I can just run the ball with it and report back like next week.
Season campaign, because the offer is already validated. So you did step 1 perfect. You already have something that works. Next up is make it public.
Okay. And do you the season campaign? Do you just run it on your email list, or is it also like on through your socials?
I run it on my email list. And on socials, I let people know I'm opening this new thing, but I'm only going to open it on email. If you want the details, join.
Oh, you push people into the email list so they can access essentially the offer.
Yes. So and
Okay,
you
gotcha.
also let them know, hey, I'm opening this new thing. This is the offer. This is the promise. You basically sell them on the whole thing, but you tell them it's only on the list.
Okay. Then I get started on the season rainbow campaign.
The season campaign, bro. We changed the name.
Sick.
But and after that, you run workshop funnel and weekly recurrent revenue. Workshop funnel to get more clients, weekly recurrent revenue to make every client worth more.
What is it? Sorry, that last one. I didn't understand it. Like the weekly
Recurring
recurrent
revenue.
revenue. Yeah. What is that exactly? What do you mean?
So that one is a workshop, and most of the workshops that don't show you how to get more clients. Weekly recurring revenue shows you how to get every client to pay you more.
Oh, gotcha. Move them up the funnel.
Yeah. So to get them to, how much are they paying now a week?
Honestly, the 7 are all of them are 250 a week.
All right. So then it shows you how to get 10% to 20% of them on a 500 a week, and 10 to 20% of them into 750 a week.
Gotcha. And that's a workshop, correct?
That is weekly recurring
Weekly.
revenue inside the portal.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Pleasure. So, question, guys, what do you think? I need you to vote. Audience respect or high status selling for a name? I'd rather just ask you. Oh, damn. Okay. Well, high status selling.
High status, baby. Let's
Let's
go.
go. Let's go. Done. Thanks. It's amazing how I was like, oh yeah, audience respect is definitely the title. And it got 0% of votes. Well, see, you don't know what you don't know. Thank you, guys. All right, so I will add this to the portal. You guys can check it inside. Let's build our waitlist offensively, defensively, and hit our freedom number. Next workshops are going to be high status selling. And I'm thinking Lakos, the likes and cash offer swipe, where I'm going to give you all my swipes from day one workshop to the end, where you can see all of them. I'll analyze them all so you can swipe them for yourself. I'm thinking of those two for May, which is exciting. I'm excited. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.